Do you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to finish your music or build your music career? Maybe you have a full-time job, maybe you're in school, maybe you have a family, other responsibilities and tasks that you're doing, and you're like, where is the time to work on music? Well, never fear, because in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips for doubling your productivity in half the time. So let's get right into it. Hi, I'm Reagan Ram, and this is the Musician's Odyssey podcast, a fellow traveler's guide past the sea monsters and giants on your music career quest. And today we're talking all about productivity and how to be more efficient with your time. And real quick, one bonus tip that I can share with you on how to save time and get back your time is to actually mix your songs faster, to get your mixes done quicker so you're not spending all your time mixing the same songs over and over again. And so I'm going to give you my free rapid song finishing checklist in the description below. This breaks down a step-by-step proven system for finishing more professional quality music faster each and every time. Or again, that's in the description below, or you can go to orpheusAudioacademy.com/mixing checklist. With that, let's get right into this with tip number 1. This is productivity tip number 1, and it is to figure out how much time do you actually have available to you, right? There's 24 hours in a day. If you spend 8 of it sleeping and 8 of it working, that's still another 8 hours available to you. So where is that being divided up? How much is going to family or other responsibilities you have? Figure out how much time you actually have per day or per week to work on your music. And so one thing you might want to do is actually decide to do a productivity audit. So what you want to do is track your time each and every day to see what you are doing every minutes, every hour of the day, so you can actually see where your time is going. And from there, then you can just prioritize, decide, am I doing activities that, maybe aren't the most productive, or maybe aren't helping me towards my bigger goals that revolve around my music, right? For example, how much time do you spend on social media? This is something I've personally almost completely cut out. I spend very little time on social media these days. And so maybe that's something you want to do as well, right? How much TV or movies are you watching, right? Are you spending a lot of time going out on the weekends when you could be working on music? Do you have a lot of recreational activities you're doing that are kind of getting in the way? And right, none of these are bad things, but are they things that could be taking away from things that are more important to you, like your music? Is your music really a priority for you? And this is kind of a big issue I find with a lot of people, as we say, and myself included, is we say we don't have enough time for something, when really what that means is we just haven't made it a big enough priority, because we always have enough time for the things that are most important to us, right? If I said, hey, if you drive 2 hours away to this certain parking lot and you'll open the trunk of some car and you'll find, $2 million right there for you to claim. So long as you can get there within the next 24 hours, I bet you'll find a way, no matter how busy you are, to get to that parking lot to get that money, because it's valuable, it's worthwhile to you. So, maybe this requires just, being honest with yourself and realizing, hey, music hasn't been a priority for me. Do I want it to be a priority? That's something you want to think about and decide, what things can you cut out to make that time for your music. All right, this takes us to musician productivity tip number 2, which is to utilize the 80-20 rule, otherwise known as the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, was named after economist Vilfredo Pareto, and it specifies that 80% of consequences come from just 20% of the causes. In other words, 80% of your outcomes come from just 20% of your inputs. And the inverse, I should say, of that is also true, which means, 80% of your inputs, right? You're inputting 80% of your time, 80% of your effort, 80% of your money is only going to get you 20% of your results. And so this applies all throughout life. This is shown up everywhere. For example, like 80% of the traffic drives on 20% of the roads. A lot of times for most companies, 80% of their sales comes from 20% of their customers. And we just see this all over the place, right? In sports, I'm sure this is also true. If you were to look at the NBA, I bet like 80% of the points are scored by 20% of the players. And then, of course, this definitely is going to apply to your music as well, in the fact that 80% of your outcomes for anything is going to come from just 20% of the tasks you're probably doing or can do. So if it's in the case of writing a song, right, we can spend a lot of time on a lot of different tasks that come to writing a song, but what are those just 20% of things you can do that are going to get you 80% of the way done with your song? Or same thing with mixing, right? There's endless plugins, endless tips, endless techniques you can use and just spend your day mixing all the time. But 80% of those tasks are only going to get your song 20% of the way there. Wouldn't you rather spend your limited time doing just 20% of those tasks that are going to get you 80% of the way there? That's going to save you a whole lot of time. So you want to identify what these are, what these principles are. Same thing with growing a fan base, right? There's so many tips out there, social media tips, ads, all kinds of things you can be doing to grow a fan base. But 80% of what you can do is only going to get you 20% of your results. So it's much better to focus on and find, hey, what can I cut out? What are 80% of things I can eliminate? And just focus on that 20% that's going to get me 80% of my results. So this is definitely a task you want to do. Spend some time thinking about this, looking at what it is you can do. If you want help in the mixing department, again, grab my free rapid song finishing checklist in the description below, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/mixing checklist. And this will share with you just those 20% of things you need to do when going about mixing a song that's going to get you 80% of the way there. And 80%, that's really a baseline high enough to be considered professional quality, radio quality. A lot of people aren't going to really tell the difference. It's going to be really good quality if you can get it 80% of the way there to, say, 100% being, super professional. And then you can decide if you want to put extra time into really finessing things and making things sound really good. Productivity tip number 3 for musicians is to utilize Parkinson's law. And Parkinson's law simply states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion, right? That's a lot of word salad there, but we know this all instinctively to be true. If you were ever in school and you were assigned a project, right? Do you remember that maybe you had a month to complete it? Did you immediately start working on that project right away? No. Did you wait 2 weeks to start working on that project? No. Did you wait 3 weeks? No, you probably waited to the last week, if not the last day, depending how much of a procrastinator you are, to work on the project. And odds are you probably got it done. Maybe it wasn't as high quality as it could have been if you're working the whole time, but odds are more or less it was as good a quality as it would have been if you had spent the whole month working on it, or pretty close to it. And so with this in mind, can you set yourself shorter deadlines? Because if you give yourself a long deadline to complete something, it's going to take all of that time. So can you look to, cut the deadlines you give yourself to complete something, in half, or by 75% maybe? So think about how you can, set yourself shorter deadlines to get more done in less time. So if you're mixing a song, right, say, oh, this is going to take me 3 days, can you get it done 1 day? Or if you say this is going to take me 6 hours, can you get done in 3 hours, right? How can you shorten your deadlines so you can get more done in less time? Because when you give yourself shorter deadlines, you'll be amazed that you actually can still get stuff done. You will get stuff done, and it will be just as good a quality most of the time, right? Obviously, there's extremes we can go here, but we're not going to think about that. Obviously, there's extremes we can go to here with this, but that's not really relevant. So just see how you can utilize this as you're going about your tasks, whatever it is related to your music. How can you give yourself shorter deadlines and utilize Parkinson's law to get more done in less time, right? This one tip alone can help you double your productivity in half the time. So definitely use this one. All right, productivity tip number 4 for musicians is to implement the power list. This is an awesome enhanced checklist invented by Andy Frisella that will definitely make your life a lot easier and help you get a lot more done more consistently and actually feel like you're making progress and not just coming back at the end of each day feeling like you didn't get stuff done, feeling like you lost. This will help you get more wins and feel like you're making progress and actually make progress. And so what is the power list? So the power list is an evolved approach to the common checklist. And the purpose of the power list is to help you stay accountable to yourself and to track your progress towards your own goals so you can know if you're making progress or not. And so there's 3 simple steps to the power list. Step 1 is each day in your notebook or other planning tool, write down your 5 critical tasks for the day, 5 critical tasks. Some people will say give yourself just 3 tasks. So maybe if your time is limited for music, maybe just give yourself 3 critical tasks you want to do each day for your music. But you don't want to do really more than 5, because if you do more than 5, then you're going to run into overwhelm. You're maybe putting on things that aren't as critical, right? Maybe you're getting into those 80% of tasks that are only going to give you 20% of your results. And you're going to end each day with stuff left off your list, and you're going to feel like you lost. And we don't want to be going through our days losing every day. We don't want to be losers. So we want to string together wins. That's going to build confidence. That's going to build your inspiration, your hope. You're going to be more expectant. You're going to just feel more positive overall, which is just going to make everything more easy for you when you're achieving and pursuing your goals. So 3 to 5 critical tasks. You write that down in a notebook, on a piece of paper, what have you, each and every day, and you decide you're going to work on those tasks and not end the day. Like, don't go to sleep until you finish those tasks. And if you've done that, then that is a win. So that's step number 2, is you complete each of those 5 tasks. And if you do, you've won the day. If you don't complete one or more of them, then you have lost the day. So at the end of the day, decide if that day was a win or a loss. And finally, step 3 is to just try to string together a series of wins. How many wins can you string together in a row? And you really want to stay above the 80% win rate. If you're falling below 80%, then you're probably not making progress towards your goals. You're just doing busy work, but you're not actually getting any closer to where you want to be. So make sure you try to maintain an 80% or higher win rate. So you're winning 4 out of the 5 days every week. You're completing those critical tasks that are going to move you closer to your goals. And so again, make sure, so what are those critical tasks? Again, you should know these if you've already done the previous tip where we talked about identifying what are, using the 80-20 rule, identifying what are those 20% of tasks that are going to get you 80% of your results. This will fluctuate depending on what path you're using in your music career, which path you're on towards achieving your goals, whatever those may be. But could definitely involve something like working on music or reaching out to people, whether those be like playlist curators or something if you're trying to grow a fan base. So this is a really awesome tip, really helpful to use. I use this every day in my life, and it's just really huge because planning is important, but without execution, your plan is worthless. And so this powerless tool is going to help you stay accountable to yourself and be more productive and get more done. Now, real quick, before I get to my final tip, if this video has been helpful to you so far and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click that like button so more music artists like yourself can find this video and receive the help they need. Now, real quick, before I get to my final productivity tip for musicians, if this video has been valuable to you so far, please go ahead and click that like button so that more musicians like yourself can find this content. All right, the 5th productivity tip for musicians, it is to remember the concept that done is better than perfect. And perfectionism is going to absolutely sabotage you, so you want to slay it everywhere it shows up in your business and your music and so on. So, right, you can spend all day, right, weeks, months even, mixing the same songs over and over and over again, or writing a song, rewriting a song, adding parts, taking out parts, and right, you can never really hit perfection because, right, we're humans, we're flawed. You're never going to write a perfect song. And so you really just got to embrace that done is better than perfect. Otherwise, you're never going to release any music. You're never going to finish any music. You're never actually going to build your music career, and it's just going to stop you before you can even start. So you really got to just end perfectionism, slay perfectionism, embrace imperfectionism, or even better yet, imperfectionalism, which isn't even a word, which is definitely embracing the mindset of being imperfect. So embrace that. Don't let perfectionism hold you back. Make sure things are good enough and move on, right? This is a concept that's common in the business world. Before companies will release a product, they'll release what they call an MVP, or a minimum viable product. That means it's kind of a prototype version of the final product, doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but they just get something out there to make sure, hey, are people actually going to like this? Before we spend all this time, energy, and money developing a huge product that doesn't sell and no one buys, let's just get out a prototype version to see if people like it and if it's worth investing in. So same thing for your music, right? Start getting your music out there, see if it's what people like, get feedback before you spend all this time, maybe you could spend a year or two mixing the same songs over and over and trying to get the perfect album and everything, and you finally release it to crickets because you spent all this time trying to make the perfect songs and you haven't been building up a fan base. You haven't even identified who are the people that like that album. And so it's much better to get out some songs, make mistakes, learn, and get that MVP out there so you can start making progress and learning from your efforts. So another way of thinking about this is like giving yourself minimum milestones, right? Decide when something is good enough, right? You don't want to put out poor quality, right? You don't want to be just putting out bad content, bad music. You want to make sure it's still viable. But once you've crossed that threshold of viable, can you decide to move on and go ahead and put it out there and just decide, hey, have confidence in yourself, believe in yourself that, hey, I'm going to do better next time. I'm going to improve from this. I'm going to learn from this. And I have more better music in me. But if I keep working on these current songs, I'm never going to discover that those amazing masterpieces that are still inside me. So you got to get that music out there. Even if it's not perfect, is it viable? Is it good enough? And then move on. Now, let me know in the comments below, which of these 5 tips are you going to try implementing first? And if you've been listening on a podcasting platform and you've received value, then go ahead and leave a 5-star review. That's really helpful. Or if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like the video. And also don't forget to grab my free rapid song finishing checklist in the description below, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/mixing checklist, as this walks you through a proven step-by-step system for mixing professional quality music from home, and you will allow you to finish a lot more music faster, so you're not wasting all your time on the same songs over and over again. And if you want to see a video on how to actually write songs faster, then click the video playing on the screen right now, and this will give you some awesome ninja tricks so you can create songs much faster. With that, have an awesome day and keep creating.